Hey, Stephanie, good morning. So speaking with other reporters on our Fox team who have covered inaugurations here in D.C. in the past, they're saying that this security feels a lot more ramped up than previous inaugurations. So even though things have moved indoors, security is still red hot. They have the Capitol building pretty much locked down like a fortress. There are miles and miles of fencing all around the Capitol building, as well as some of the nearby streets. It's really hard to travel by car here in downtown D.C. right now. People are saying that they've been having to walk for several miles to get to some of these locations. But yesterday, thousands of police officers from across the country arrived here in D.C. They were sworn in by the local police chief, and they have been given police powers to help out the D.C. Metro Police as well as the Capitol Police as well. They're expecting at least 19 different protests to possibly happen around the district today, so we're going to be monitoring that. We know that they're going to have drones out, also monitoring events from the sky. So if anybody is here watching locally and they see drones in the air, that is likely what they are doing, monitoring some of these events. A lot of things are going to look different today than they have in the past now that this inauguration is moving inside the Capitol. It's been 40 years since a president was sworn in inside the Capitol Rotunda. Those lawmakers that are entering now to the Capitol Rotunda, that's an exclusive invitation. We're told only about 600 people are going to be able to sit inside the Capitol to be able to watch the swearing in happen in person. There's going to be an overflow room as well. So I think there was some discussion on Capitol Hill, lawmakers lobbying to try to get the best seat in the House and to actually be there in person as opposed to that overflow room. But it's just not going to be the same event as if we would have seen Donald Trump outside on the west front of the Capitol taking the oath of office. Of course, all of these changes, primary reason is the weather. This morning, the feels like temperature was about 12 degrees. The sun is up, so it's warmed up a bit now. It feels a little bit more comfortable outside, but that decision was made with the safety in mind of the hundreds of thousands of people from all over the country who traveled to D.C. and we're going to congregate on the National Mall. They've actually shut that down. People that are still here are not able to even be around the National Mall today. They've locked it down because the police just don't want people gathering because of just the safety conditions out here in the weather.
All right, Rebecca, we do appreciate you sharing that with us as we continue to follow the very latest. And we did want to once again share this live look outside the Capitol Rotunda. We saw Jeff Bezos, of course, founder CEO of Amazon, along with his fiancee, Lauren Sanchez. And I did want to raise the audio to see what we can hear as the
Bùng nổ đầu năm cùng Xuân OK VIP với 16 chiếc xế sang và hàng ngàn quà tặng lên tới 10 tỷ đồng. Thời gian sự kiện
And we see former President Bill Clinton along with Hillary Rodham Clinton also in attendance right there, just posing for pictures. And we do know that, all of the living presidents will be in attendance, as well as the former first ladies, everyone except for Michelle Obama, who will not be attending, not giving any particular reason why that is. She also did not attend former President Jimmy Carter's funeral as well. As we continue truly to see the who's who. We do hear some of the music right here, so we pause on the commentary and allow you to listen in. And there we have Rudy Giuliani, the former attorney for President-elect Donald Trump, of course, the former mayor there of New York City, as Rudy Giuliani now making his way inside ahead of the swearing-in ceremony for President-elect Donald Trump. We continue to see this, but I do want to pivot now because we do see here the departure there at the White House, as we do see Second Gentleman Doug Emhoff and soon-to-be First Lady Vice President there, and we are waiting in. I'm going to raise the audio as we are expecting President Biden and President-elect Donald J. Trump to be departing as well momentarily.
Yeah, and Stephanie, we're just watching, you just saw the second gentleman there, Doug Emhoff, with the incoming second lady, Usha Vance, there, leave the White House. We know tea is happening between the Bidens and Trumps as we speak, but we were seeing a slew of dignitaries there enter into the Capitol Rotunda, including many, many members of the House and the Senate. You also, I'm not sure if some of our viewers caught, you saw Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, John Roberts, there walking into the rotunda. And from what I understand, I believe he will be administering the oath of office. Trump has two Bibles that will be used to administer the oath, his mother's Bible, and then, of course, the very, very famous Lincoln Bible from 1861. That's been a hallmark. It's been a tradition for many, many inaugurations past. So just a really, really beautiful live look. Let's keep listening.
Ready, host. Ready, host.
And Stephanie, in these moments, in these parts, I have to be honest with the viewer, it is my favorite just to see who's talking to who and who's not talking to who and who's greeting each other and who's turned their body language away from each other. It is fascinating And almost the former speakers there right in the front, kind of unofficially acting as a greeting line for so many members there of the House. Many Republican members right there. You see Chip Roy, you see Brian Stile from Wisconsin, and others there. You see Jeff Van Drew from New Jersey. Of course, Chip Roy drawing the ire of President-elect Trump during the entire government funding shutdown showdown that was averted mere weeks ago after the Christmas holiday. But it's just very, very interesting. So we are seeing this, Stephanie, of how all these people are going to fit in the Capitol Rotunda, and it is getting full, and it is getting packed, as we can see. So we're going to do our best to point out some of these notable individuals, some of these dignitaries there gathered, invited. Now, what was so interesting, a lot of these lawmakers, they get their own kind of set of tickets where they can hand out and dole out at will to, you know, supporters and family and friends. Well, that was kind of moot this year because it was moved inside from outside because it was so cold. So to your point, we have heard from a lot of people, people who come from all over the country to be here for Inauguration Day. Pretty disappointing. And to your point, the National Mall right now, not a soul in sight. And that is never the case on these inauguration days. It is teeming with thousands of people. And you see there some of the members of Congress, Mike McCall there from Texas, Marcy Kaptur from Ohio, Greg Meeks from New York, Byron Donalds from Florida there, Mike Waltz, the incoming National Security Advisor. Of course, remember, he had to resign his House seat in order to take this role. This is not a Senate-confirmed role, National Security Advisor. And you see so many others from the Texas Republican congressional delegation there.
And also, you know, Andrew, what's interesting is, of course, obviously all of this has had to pivot from an outdoors event to an indoors one, and the reason being that it was too bitterly cold outside. And now one has to wonder, with hundreds and hundreds of people packing inside the Capitol Rotunda, how warm it's going to get inside there. They might have a very different issue when you have so many people packed shoulder to shoulder. It does get very warm, and, you know, it is going to be interesting to see, as you mentioned, the interaction between the people. As we continue to see that interaction, I did want to just allow our viewers to just absorb and you know, be part of this as we continue to raise the audio and just listen in and, you know, just take stock of this historic event. Although we do want to now pivot as we continue to see, here's a live look right here of the First Lady Jill Biden and the soon-to-be First Lady Melania Trump now leaving the White House, entering into the motorcade as they make their way to the Capitol Rotunda right there. A live look, as you can see, another event happening as the First Lady Jill Biden and soon-to-be First Lady Melania Trump departing together in this vehicle right here on their way to the Capitol Rotunda. We have yet to see President-elect Trump and President Biden. They will be likely the very